In today's video I've decided to do the mum tag so you guys can get to know me a little bit better if you don't already, so let's get started. So I have the questions on my phone, which I'm going to keep referring to throughout. So the first question is, are you a stay-at-home mum or a working mum? So currently I'm on maternity leave from having my baby Finley, who I had in June this year. I went on maternity leave in May, so I'm looking to take a whole year back and go back to work in May 2017. So question number 2, would you have it any other way? Yes and no. Yes, I feel like I would like some independence back from being just mum and being referred to as Charlie and Finley's mummy. So yes, in some aspects, yes, I would love to have it another way and be back at work. In other ways, no, I do love spending time with the boys. I love taking them to the park. I love doing activities, so I love just being around them and looking after them. So yes and no is the answer to that question. So question number 3 is, do you co-sleep? We don't actually co-sleep with the boys. They both have their bedrooms, which they've both been in since they were about 3 months old. So they both were in with us when they were first born. However, they were quite noisy and we disturbed them as much as they disturbed us. So we decided that we would trial and put them into their own rooms and see how that would go, and it actually turned out for the better, so they've both been in their rooms from about 3 months old. So question number 4 is, what is your one must-have item for your baby? So one must-have item for, I'll start with Finley, is probably the baby carrier, and that's one purchase that we made since having Finley. We didn't get one with Charlie, we just decided that he didn't really like it, so we decided against buying one with him. However, with Finley it has been a necessity. He goes in it most days when we go out to the shops, when we go to the park, even just around the house if I'm doing a bit of cleaning or hoovering. Sometimes he wants to have the constant feel of mummy or daddy next to his skin, so we actually end up putting him in the baby carrier to do just general household chores as well. With Charlie, a must-have item would probably be a football. He loves kicking his football around. We have balls for inside the house, we have balls for outside the house if he's in the garden or he's going to the park. That boy is obsessed with kicking his footballs, and so yeah, his current must-have item is a football. So question number 5 is, how many children do you plan on having? So we are actually just planning on having 2 children, and so that's our limit, that's our goal, and we've reached it. So yeah, we're not actually planning on having any more children. Question number 6 is date night. So how many date nights do you have per month? Now, proper date nights where we go out and we're going to the cinema or going out for dinner or going to have dessert, ice cream or whatever, we only tend to do that once a month. However, every week we take the time to sit down and watch telly, have dinner, and then put the boys to bed, sit down and watch telly. At the minute we're loving Grey's Anatomy, we're on their current series, and I think that's the only series we're watching together at the minute, so we make sure that we take the time and we sit down together and watch that. Okay, so number 7 is your child's favourite show. Now, Finley doesn't really get to choose what's on the telly because Charlie's obviously in charge there. However, Charlie only started really watching telly when he was about a year old. So from a year, he has loved Fireman Sam and Peppa Pig. Those are the only 2 telly programmes that he tends to watch. And Finley just goes along with it, just watches whatever's on the telly with Charlie. He's not that interested in it actually at the minute. So we'll see as he starts to get a bit older whether he has his own preferences. Yeah, but otherwise he just goes along with whatever Charlie is watching. Charlie also loves a few Disney films, so he loves Frozen and The Good Dinosaur and Toy Story and Up and Cars. So those are the films that he's currently loving. So number 8, name one item that you bought before you had your baby and never ended up using. So I don't think that there was anything that we bought and we didn't use. I think we basically used everything as we went, even if we only used it a couple times. So question number 9, what's your child's favourite food? And for Finley, that's just milk currently. He's 26 weeks on the 12th of December, so we're going to start weaning him just before Christmas. So we're going to try baby-led and pureed to see which he prefers. With Charlie though, his favourite food currently is macaroni cheese. He loves custard and also strawberries. Number 10 is, how many cars does your family have? So we have 2 cars, one for myself and one for Neil. My car is a Nissan Qashqai. I've got the bigger car because I've got the boys and the pushchair, and I need to have a big car in case I go shopping and I need to put all the shopping in. And Neil, he drives a Ford Focus. So question number 11 is weight gain before pregnancy, during, after and now. So before I was pregnant with Finley, I weighed about 8 stone 2. During, I put on just under 2 stone, so I went up to around 10 stone, the 10 stone mark. And then after, as soon as I had Finley, basically, I went down, I lost about a stone straight away. So I went down to about a 9 stone 2 mark. And now I weigh about 7.13. I am constantly on the go. I don't stop running after 2 young boys. And I eat so much food that I'm not worried about my weight currently. However, if it obviously doesn't improve in the future, then I will look at it. But my reason being is I eat so much now. I eat so much rubbish, chocolate. I do eat a balanced diet, I'd like to add, but I do eat so much rubbish, but I am constantly burning it off, so I'm currently not worried about that. So number 12 is dream holiday with your kids. So my dream holiday with the kids would actually be to take them to Disneyland. We're not planning on going till they're about 5 or 6 so that they understand what's going on. But I'm a huge Disney fan. I love everything Disney. I've been there a couple of times myself, and I just think that it would be a really special holiday for us to all experience together. And also whilst they're still young, but not too young so that they don't understand it. So yeah, that's my dream holiday. Number 13 is dream holiday without your kids. So a dream holiday for me and Neil to go on without the boys would be to go somewhere like Italy for a romantic weekend away, just us two, taking in the local scenery and drinking wine and eating lovely pizza and a pasta. I just love everything that screams Italian, so yeah, that would be a dream holiday. So question number 14 is, how has your life changed since your baby has been born? So with already having Charlie, my life has got a lot more hectic since having Finley. However, it's not really changed in many ways than that really. I was already up every night with Charlie. I was doing nappies, bottles, everything like that. So it's just a lot of repetitiveness still. So yeah, it's not really changed a whole lot. There's obviously another baby in tow, but on the whole, if you can cope with one, then you can cope with 2. Okay, so number 15 is finish the sentence. It makes my heart melt to see how much Charlie loves Finley. He constantly wants to be holding him, cuddling him, trying to talk to him. He's constantly rolling around the floor on him, basically just every time I go in the room, he's somehow got some kind of contact with him. He just wants to hold him constantly. He just wants to hold his hand. He just wants to cuddle him. He just wants to kiss him. So that really, really is lovely, and it's really special to be able to see that. Okay, so number 16 is, where do you shop for your kids? So I try to shop in a few different places. However, I always come back to Zara Kids. I love their clothes, especially for Charlie. He's been wearing their clothes since probably the beginning of this year, but I absolutely love them. He wears the trousers, the trainers, the t-shirts, the jumpers, he wears everything. So I must admit, hi, my name's Nicola and I'm a Zara addict. I do really love him in Zara clothes. I do try and shop in other shops though, so I've got a few bits from Next for him, and also H&M and M&S. There's just a few different shops that I tend to go into, but I do seem to go back to Zara. Finley, on the other hand, he's just wearing Charlie's old clothes, so he is wearing a lot of Next. I used to shop in Next all the time for Charlie, and also a few bits from M&S, but yeah, mostly Next for Finley. Okay, number 17, favourite makeup and skincare products. So I'll start with skincare. Currently I am loving the Oskia Renaissance Cleansing Gel. I use the Pixie Glow Tonic, and also I'm using a Ren Daily Moisturising Cream. So makeup favourites is what I've currently got on today. So I've got on the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue. I've got on the Bare Minerals Stroke of Light underneath my eyes. I've got on a L'Oreal blusher and bronzer. I've got a MAC eyebrow pencil, and then I've got Maybelline mascara, and also Dior lip glow on my lips. Number 18 is Huggies or Pampers. Answer to that would be Pampers. They're both in Pampers nappies. We've never used Huggies. And then number 19, have you always wanted kids? yes, me and Neil decided that we both between us wanted to have 2 children, and we're both very happy with the fact we've had 2 boys as well. So yeah, no more children on our horizon. And number 20, best part about being a mum is just watching them grow basically into these amazing little human beings. They are so happy. It's just joy to watch basically. I love my boys so much. So that's the end of the video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you've liked it, please can you give it a massive thumbs up, and also please subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every week on a Thursday, and it will be good to see you back next week. So thanks for watching. Bye!